Welcome back to the channel, and to the new viewers, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into it.
I work best when I'm being authentically myself, okay? I cannot sell you anything that I don't believe in. And so I was like, you know what, going through divorce, I'm changing my hair. Our hair is an extension of us as women, black women, whatever you are, it's an extension of who we are. It's how we express ourselves. And I was using it to move through finding myself again after the divorce. Curly hair, oh, I'm fun, a bob, I'm business Porsha. It was me identifying myself. I said, well, if it's empowering to me, I can use this same product to empower other women. And I started to, do research and figure out a way to get into the hair industry. And I realized, I said, you know what, if I have a story, so the brand was me, the story was going through a divorce, now I'm starting a hair company, and the business now makes me an owner is Go Naked. And that's when I decided, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put 100% into it. As a celebrity, I'm going to put myself in front of this brand, and I'm going to push it. But I think a lot of people, when they have social media, they're all about growing their followers, etc. And they don't think about, how you need to turn that. Because at the end of the day, us as women, black women, we need to have our hands in all kinds of business opportunities in order to make money, in order to have generational wealth.
Business Porsha or scammer Porsha? She should be the last one any woman should be taking advice from. After marriage scam, now she's a motivational speaker at InvestFest. Talking about generational wealth without a family structure is diabolical. And since when fake hair been the extension of black women? Fake hair is not empowerment for any race of women. These scammers will say anything. She is not very bright but want to sit in people's faces pretending to have high level of intelligence. One thing about these influencers, they get their money from screwing people over, mostly their supporters. If you are not aware, now you are. That is her story, going through a divorce and now a scam hair company. You can't make this stuff up. No, the hell you don't. People that have their hands in a lot of stuff are confused. You need 3 to 5 streams of income, not 15 to 20. Out of the 3 to 5 one is where you put most of your time. The others are just side hustles and investment.
I just got off the stage. I was hosting a panel with 3 fantastic and wildly successful women. We were just trying to encourage the audience that there is just more to investing than getting rich. And so we talked a lot about mindset development. We talked a lot about balance, the humanity behind, the action of, and the being of success. You got to understand how to, create a business out of what it is that you do very well or what your passion is. I really just love talking to people. I love finding out, the backstory of people, because oftentimes, certain people, especially successful people, are looked at in a very one-dimensional manner. And they found, listen, not everybody can be, Lex and Drea of Poor Minds. Like, not everybody can be them. Those 2 besties, they are killing the game, but not everybody is going to have that same kind of success. So you really have to have a real plan of action. And you also have to understand the business of podcasting and, just all of the verticals in which, are available to you to make money. A lot of times the setback is just the setup for the success. You just can't see it. Well, my Instagram is Melyssa Ford, MELYSSAFORD. So is my TikTok. I am also on Substack. It's my name. And guess what, people? I write essays because I've got a book coming out next year. And then also my podcast is called Hot and Bothered with Melyssa Ford. Thank you for having me.
Vintage 304s think people are out there to listen to them. I know some fools probably did. For those that took advice from these women, just remember that they became famous for showing their Jews for the world to see. This is almost as bad as having Cardi B represent black people in a meeting with a presidential candidate. Investing is no joke. You have to be in the right state of mind to keep going. Getting rich is not easy like the internet making it seem. There is a lot of ups and downs and some letdown. You just have to keep at it if you believe in yourself.
And I realized that if I'm going to be on this TV, I don't know how long it's going to last. But if I'm being on this TV, I want to make sure that if it ends tomorrow, I am set up and my future is set up, and I am, in alignment with generational wealth. So that's really how it happened for me.
Once you learn to be a problem solver, you'll never go broke. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care if it's hair care. I don't care if it's athlete's foot. I don't give a shit what it is. Once you've learned to master how to solve a problem and know that you are not the main character when it comes to your business, your customer is the main character, you will never, ever go broke. So when it came to Kaleidoscope, I brought attention to something that a lot of people were dealing with. They were dealing with hair loss. So instead of saying, hey, I sell this to make your hair grow, we kind of brought light to it. We did a comedic take. We did something that we made it lighthearted. And from there, people saw the results, and then I added more things because then people trusted the results. And then kind of how you say, I don't sell anything I don't stand behind. I don't give a shit how much the offer is because it can mess up everything else. I don't
We have to have integrity in whatever you're doing.
Right.
And the customer can tell that.
Absolutely.
For sure can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. So understanding that when you are checking that box for somebody, it can even be saving somebody some time. You have solved their problem. You have helped them out in some way. And if you want to talk about it, right now people got more bills, less money. So unless you adding value, what are you really doing? People aren't interested about what you're selling or what you're offering unless it can benefit them. And the only way they can benefit them is if you are fixing a problem that they have.
For sure.
Porsha, you better get prepared to get off TV because that money is getting dry day by day. When you are not in your prime, when you old and gray, they will replace you with a younger and cheaper female. Their hair business she keeps talking about is probably not going to work. Most black women either want to do hair or sell clothing, and majority of the time that business don't get off the ground. At least the other female found a solution for these bald-headed females with no edges. She is not lying about solving a solution, but however, most of these women don't think outside the box. Feminists always fail to mention the #1 path to generational wealth, marriage.
I keep seeing these posts about InvestFest, and I have thoughts. The one time that I attended InvestFest, I didn't see any investors there. I didn't see any VCs. I didn't see any venture funds. I didn't see any PE firms. I didn't see any banks. I think maybe Fidelity was there. And this isn't a knock against them. I think they have a great conference. I think it's a great networking opportunity. But the notion that there's something wrong with this market, specifically the entrepreneurs, the business owners, and the founders that call Atlanta home, is a problem for me. As someone that moved to Atlanta from New York as a founder, looking to grow and scale my business, to this day, I only have one investor on my cap table that lives here. I went out to dinner last night. I talked to 2 founders that have raised over $100 million. None of that capital has come from Atlanta. All of that money has come from New York or San Francisco or Boston or LA. We really owe it to the people that live here, that choose to build their businesses here, to actually get them the resources that they need so they can get to the next step.
Okay, family, I'm all out, guys. See you all in the next video. If you enjoy this video or this video caused you to think, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and hype this video. Stay focused.